Hallo zusammen! So, while I was making the analysis video about the Nena song 99 Luftballons, I actually realized I wanted to make more of these kinds of videos again, because they are fun to make, I think. And on top of that, they might actually be helpful for people who want to learn German. And that's why today I'm gonna talk about Du hast by Rammstein, one of my favorite German bands. What is the song actually about, and is there even more to it than meets the eye, or the ear? Let's find that out. If you have two screens, put this video on one screen and the music video on the other screen. That way you can easily listen to the song and jump to the respective parts I'm talking about while watching this video on the other screen. Du hast was released as a Rammstein single in 1998, and it's featured on the second Rammstein album Sehnsucht, which was released in the same year. It's die Sehnsucht singular, die Sehnsüchte plural, the craving or the desire for something. Maybe more good music by Rammstein. Maybe. I'm certain it's not just me, but I'd personally call this song a trademark song for the early, even more so direct and upfront musical style Rammstein has had in the early days. I'd personally draw a certain stylistic line at the release date of Reise Reise back in 2004, which featured more diverse dynamics and an even more symphonic sonic approach. And even though I could easily have chosen pretty much any other Rammstein song for a video like this, Du hast immediately came to my mind for various reasons. Let's dive and delve more into the lyrics of the song, and one of the biggest reasons for choosing this tune becomes apparent immediately. Du hast mich. And in an everyday German or normal German verbalization, this would sound like Du hast mich. So it's not just the way Till Lindemann likes to verbalize this, but it's also the intention, the purpose of the statement that is conveyed. It sounds like as if the lyrical eye wants to blame someone for something. Du, I blame you. As you can see, all three lines are somewhat interlinked with each other, and every line is a continuation and extension of the previous one. The first one only consists of du, which is the second person personal pronoun in singular. You. The second line also works as the title of this song, and I think there's a specific reason why the band chose this one out of all the lines throughout the track. The two words du hast translate to you have. And while the written line seems quite ordinary, a different semantic layer gets added to this when it's verbalized. Because when you only hear these two words and you don't have a specific context that goes along with it, it can be interpreted in two different ways. It either means you have or you hate. So both statements, du hast and du hast, are pronounced exactly the same, but the verb hassen in the second person singular has to be spelled with two s instead of just one, and there's the difference, which you don't really get when you only hear these words and this statement, without any additional form of context, that is. So this sonic pun really correlates with the way Till Lindemann sings the first verse as a whole. The lyrical I, das lyrische Ich, seems to blame someone for something, judging from the way Till Lindemann intonates that. So once again, there's no real phonetic difference between du hast and du hast, which allows room for ambiguity. What's interesting and also worth mentioning is, when you actually take a look at the official album booklet with all the lyrics to the songs on the album, the guys in Rammstein might simply enjoy to trick their English-speaking audience, their English-speaking fans a little bit. Because, as I've mentioned, you hate isn't the exact equivalent to the written du hast with one s. But when you take a look at the English translation of the lyrics in the booklet, they say you hate me. And they don't give away the ordinary, the normal translation. I don't know, maybe they have decided to use the sonic pun version for the English translation in the lyrics booklet, because otherwise it might be hard to tell that there is a sonic pun for people that are not too familiar with the German language and its potential ambiguity on the sonic side of things. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue with the remainder of this first verse, which apparently is all verses at the same time. Yeah, that's strange, I know, but actually the song only features one verse and it gets repeated throughout the song. So the third and last line of this verse is another addition to the previous ones. Du hast mich. You have me. That would be the literal translation. But again, because hast and hast sound the same, it could also be interpreted as you hate me. Usually the chorus is the meat of a song, and although it's certainly an important part of this track as well, I wouldn't see it as the core aspect. Especially this last line, Du hast mich, really leads into the pre-chorus, which respectively is also a continuation of the verse. Du hast mich gefragt. You have asked me. That line, Du hast mich gefragt, you have asked me, gets repeated once, and then it turns to Du hast mich gefragt und ich hab nichts gesagt. Or more in the style of Till Lindemann, Du hast mich gefragt und ich hab nichts gesagt. So this whole verse, and also this line included, follows the seemingly simple pattern of just adding another word to the ending of the previous line. It means you have asked me. This simple yet effective addition of information also changes the semantic perspective once again. Because at this point, Du hast mich gefragt, it basically erases the sonic ambiguity, the sonic pun we've had before. Now it seems the person the lyrical I is talking to has asked the lyrical I something. But what could it be? So this pre-chorus, Du hast mich gefragt und ich hab nichts gesagt, really functions as a build-up to the chorus. Willst du, bis der Tod euch scheidet, treu ihr sein für alle Tage? Ja. Nein. The first German line, Willst du, bis der Tod euch scheidet, treu ihr sein für alle Tage, is a slightly informal version of a typical wedding vow. In German, the wedding vow is das Ja-Wort, the yes word. Ja and Nein are the two German equivalents to the interjections yes and no in English. What's notable is that the synth choir singing Ja, Ja, like that, seems to consist of female voices, whereas the lyrical I seems to be male, so the implied couple doesn't seem to harmonize all too well. Once again, taking a look at the official booklet with the official lyrics, they don't really mention the Ja, but it's clearly audible as such, I think. The final chorus uses a slightly different first line, but the topic vastly remains the same. Willst du bis zum Tod der Scheide sie lieben auch in schlechten Tagen? Ja. Nein. Now, welcome to another episode of Layered Lyrics by Rammstein. Oh yeah. Again, the principle is sort of the same. When you just hear this line, you have different possible associations. Willst du bis zum Tod der Scheide sie lieben auch in schlechten Tagen? The keyword is Scheide. For instance, you could understand this as a noun, meaning, well, the vagina, die Scheide. Yeah, in this case it needs to be spelled with a capital letter, because it's a German noun. Do you want to love her until the vagina's death even on bad days? Yes, no. So that's one possibility. The other one is a tad more inconspicuous. Willst du bis zum Tod der Scheide sie lieben auch in schlechten Tagen? Do you want to love her until the death does separate, even on bad days? In this case, you'd interpret the term Scheide as a conjugated form of scheiden, trennen, to separate or to sever. Scheide, which in this case refers to the death, der Tod, which is a masculine noun in German. That's why it's The very final variant is Willst du bis der Tod euch scheide treu ihr sein? This one pretty much is a shorter version of the previous variant. And it also marks the lyrical ending of this song, which still remains to be a signature song by Rammstein to this very day. Apart from the straightforward, almost marching or military type of rhythm, or the melodies and harmonies, it's also the way Till Lindemann knows to play with meanings and the sound of words and the sonic ambiguity that might come along with them. And that's pretty much the core of this song lyrically: sonic ambiguity. And I think this also proves that you don't really need tons of cryptic words in a verse to make it interesting and even thought-provoking. Which German songs should I talk about next? If you wanna see more videos like this one, find a video to the song Amerika by Rammstein, the song Junge by Die Ärzte, and the song 99 Luftballons, 99 Balloons by Nena. Either way, thanks for watching, I'm your Vlog Dave, tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.